Halo guys, hari ini gue mau ketemu teman lama gue Amir. Beliau adalah seorang barber di Singapura. Nah, pas banget nih, rambut gue ada panjang. Dan gue masih ada sekitar semingguan di Singapura. Jadi kita potong rambut dulu. Habis itu kalian ngobrol-ngobrol, bongkar sedikit hidup dan gaji sebagai seorang barber di Singapura kayak apa. Penasaran nggak? Yuk, ikut ya.
I told you I'm not here to mess around, and you've been acting too mysterious. You didn't think I'd go, but do you now? You never took me seriously. You don't have the time for me. I don't have the time to please you. I pack all your things away. You're welcome. Broken promises that got me out of work. I'm leaving.
Nah, kebetulan si Amir lagi sama klien, jadi kita tunggu dulu ya guys. Long time no see, nice place, nice place. Friends from primary school.
Termasuk Fermi, shout out.
Udah ganteng nih guys. Alright. Ya itu pesan. Halo guys, hari ini gue sama teman gue Amir. Amir ini teman lama gue dari SD. Kita punya banyak histori deh pokoknya. Kita udah temenan lama, terus pernah bisnis bareng juga. Tapi semenjak gue pindah ke Jakarta, kita udah lama nggak ketemu. Jadi ini pertama kali kita ketemu setelah berapa tahun ya? Mungkin 8 tahun mungkin ya. So, tuh kalau ngomong bahasa Indo ngerti nggak? Itu ya guys ya, orang Singapura itu nggak ngerti bahasa Indo ya, jangan salah ya. Bahasa ngerti ya.
Akan
Respon. Oke, jadi karena bahasa Melayu sama bahasa Indo ada kemiripan, mungkin orang Melayu Singapura bisa ngerti sedikit-sedikit ketika orang Indo itu ngomong bahasa Indo, tapi mungkin nggak bisa balas ya. Dan kalaupun balas dalam bahasa Melayu, kayaknya bakalan ada miskom deh. Jadi kayaknya lebih better stick to English aja. Okay, so this is my friend Amir. Introduction.
Hello, hi, my name is Amir.
Okay.
And I've been his childhood friend in primary school.
Okay.
We've known each other for almost like a lifetime. Yeah. So, I'm a barber in Singapore, and also I do a bit of like videography and photography as well. So since he's in town in Singapore, we decided to like catch up through a haircut and also doing this document this video to show how life is like in Singapore, I guess, as a barber or even working generally in Singapore.
Okay, so one thing, a lot of the comments, right? A lot of them don't believe that I'm Singaporean. Whether it's Indonesian or Singaporean, they're all accusing me of being Indonesian. So can you tell the tell the viewers that vouch for me, attest for me that you know me for over 20 years?
Yes, he's confirm 100% Singaporean.
So ya guys, gue gak bohong ya, gue beneran asli orang Singapura ya.
Yes.
Born and bred in Singapore. Nah tadi gue di rumah, gue ketemu foto random di rumah. Gue aja baru tahu ada foto ini. Kayaknya Amir juga nggak tahu deh tentang adanya foto ini. Jadi gue nggak mau lihat reactionnya dia. So I found a photo. Let me show it to you honestly.
Oh, shit. In primary school.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, we used to go to his house, play PlayStation or even our friend's house.
Let me show it to the camera first.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Do you remember this?
No, man. What is that? Primary 5?
I think so. There's a date behind 2006.
Oh, primary 6.
Primary 6. Ini di belakangnya ada tanggalnya dari tahun 2006. Gua aja baru tahu loh ada foto ini. Ini kayak kita lagi ada birthday party siapa gitu. It's another one.
So,
Hey, seriously, I didn't even know that this existed. I was just
in your house?
Yeah, in my house. I was like going through my drawer, like asking my parents, where are my old things? Right? So I going through it. This is from when? Yeah.
wait, only like two of us in uniform. Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't take photo of this.
Yeah, I already took. I can take over to you.
Yeah, see, 100% Singaporean.
Okay, so I think a few things that the viewers are very curious about. They're actually curious about life in Singapore in general, but since you're a barber, then you can give a unique perspective of how life is as a barber in Singapore. So maybe you can tell us how did you get into barbering?
Wow. I would say I was
Were you always interested in like cutting hair?
I was never really interested in cutting hair.
Okay.
At the start, it's more of like I wanted to start something aside from my full-time job. So I was in W Hotel. I was doing bellman and then guest relations as well.
Okay.
So I didn't really like it. So I wanted something different. And then without realizing, actually, I spent a lot of time at the barber shop. I wouldn't say which barber shop, but spent a lot of time there. Made new friends, and then got close to like the barber there as well. Somehow I sort of like realized, hey, you know what? I think I can pick up this skill and then just explore and see what's good. And also I still like the idea that because I still get to meet people, from different walks of life on a daily basis.
Okay.
So
So it's not cutting hair specifically lah.
Yeah.
At the start lah.
Yeah.
It's more of like it's a nice social thing to meet people and also like an additional skill that you can learn.
yes, yeah. I realized like skills, hard skills are still definitely is quite important.
Still relevant.
Yeah, and in the job that I was doing, it didn't really require too many hard skills. So I felt like I wasn't really using my mind or my brain. It was more like following orders, and then so when I venture out on this, I felt like I learned. When I start to learn, then I start to think, and then So that's how it came to be. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, gua translate sebentar ya. Jadi Amir ini sebelum jadi barber, dia itu kerja di bidang perhotelan. Jadi kerja di hotel, tapi dia merasa setelah sekian lama kerja di hotel kayak nggak ada progres, kayak nggak ada pertumbuhan. Dia pengen belajar sesuatu skill yang lain gitu. Nah terus kebetulan dia sadar atau merasa bahwa sebenarnya dia kayak sering ke barber dan banyak temannya juga ada yang barber, dan dia lihat ini sebenarnya tempat yang dia bisa ketemu banyak orang, bisa kenal sama orang yang banyak dari berbeda latar belakang. Jadi nggak spesifik dia karena suka potong rambut atau tertarik dengan kayak seni potong rambut, tapi lebih ke aspek sosialnya yang bikin si Amir pengen belajar jadi barber. Nah, terus dia juga merasa kalau skill seperti barber itu akan relevan untuk selama-lamanya. Soalnya ya itu sesuatu hard skill yang pasti akan dibutuhkan sekarang dan sampai kapan tahun nanti juga pasti akan masih relevan gitu. Okay, so if someone wants to learn pick up barbering in Singapore or like anywhere, how do you think they can start out learning to cut hair or like getting into the?
I mean, I'm not sure about others, but based on my own personal experience,
How long have you been a barber for?
I started learning in 2018, so since then
Okay.
till now. Yeah.
7 years lah. 7 tahun udah 7 tahun ya si Amir jadi barber.
I
Okay.
would say it's still relatively short because I'd say that most craft-based skill or businesses, like I think 10-year mark is
10 years.
10-year mark is a good age.
Good age, okay.
I mean 5 years is really good, but like within the 10 years it means that you are very comfortable. You are sort of like almost expert level, or it can be an expert.
Okay.
So you know the ins and outs of the trade and also the craft.
Okay. So how does someone start that journey, or
Yeah.
how
So
can someone learn? YouTube videos? You recommend YouTube videos or like?
I mean, back then when I was learning, how I learned was learn through the barbers that was at the shop that I was close with.
Okay.
Then from there, we started learning. Basically, the first time, because it's a very hands-on skill, so we don't really learn too much theory before.
Okay.
There's no, I didn't go to any school or whatever.
Okay.
So I just learned from a friend.
Okay.
He teach us. The first time we really have like a hair model. First time we really start cutting someone's hair.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's more about, I think, doing it, making mistakes, and then learning from it as you go. And a lot of repetition.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that the only way to learn, or is there actually like is there someone or a place that teachers formally, like like the theory first, or like
So yeah, funny that you mentioned it. So when I was learning, like there wasn't like a proper school or place that I went to.
Okay.
So I learned from a friend and then practice on hair models. Get friends to trust me to like practice on their hair. So now, because of like as the barber industry or the barber scene is like growing and then it's getting more popular or even like becoming like a norm because of culture. So we part of my plans actually is to open up an academy this year, sometime this year. So we're gonna launch hopefully this year.
Okay.
To actually take what all my experiences from before and like fine tune it and have it to be more
Structured.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For someone new to learn lah.
Exactly. Someone with no experience, no background. Yeah.
Oke, pas banget nih guys. Jadi si Amir gimana dia mulai belajar jadi barber itu, dia langsung hari pertama udah potong rambut orang, udah ada korbannya, istilahnya nggak korban sih. udah ada orangnya gitu ya. Nah, tapi dia merasa buat orang baru yang mau belajar mungkin ini bisa diperbaiki. Jadi Amir ini ada rencana mau buka akademi buat new barbers ya.
Yes.
For new barbers. And the name is called?
So it'll be under the same name, Bodega Barbershop. So Bodega Barber Academy.
Bodega Barber Academy. Oke. Jadi buat teman-teman yang tertarik mau belajar jadi barber, boleh ikut ke Bodega Academy. When is it launching?
Hopefully July, but we'll update via our website. So check us on Bodega Barbershop.
Can Indonesians come and join and learn?
It's open to all. So it's not related to any nationality, whatever.
Okay.
So of course there'll be like course fees and all. So more details.
How long is the course?
So there'll be in the academy it's not just one course. So we're planning for like basic barbering course, intermediate, and advanced, and also some short courses that you can show in a day, like and also we're gonna probably do more on the hair salon courses as well.
Okay.
So for the basic barbering course, it will roughly be 8 to 10 sessions.
Okay, 8 to 10 sessions. So it can be once a week or
I will look at once a week for now.
Once a week for now. Okay. Jadi ada tiga tahap ya. Ada yang beginner, ada yang intermediate, sama ada yang advanced. Jadi buat kalian yang mungkin udah pernah belajar dan mau meningkatkan skillnya, mungkin bisa join yang intermediate atau yang advanced. Nah, kalau untuk yang belum belajar, belum tahu sama sekali, mungkin bisa join yang beginner. Sekitar durasinya itu sekitar seminggu sekali selama 8 sampai 10 minggu. Jadi 8 sampai 10 sesi gitu. Oke?
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah. I understand, but I just cannot.
Ngerti loh dia loh. Okay, so I think the most juicy question, how much can someone expect to earn as a barber in Singapore? Oke guys, bentar, jangan di skip dulu, ini bukan sponsor kok. Jadi kemarin di video gue ada yang komen, Bang, minta tips dong cara buat dapat kerjaan di Singapura. Nah, pas banget nih. Ini gue lagi mau buka agensi buat nempatin pekerja Indo di perusahaan Singapura. Tapi gue perlu tahu dulu nih, beneran nggak ada yang tertarik? Kalian kalau ada yang tertarik, di bawah di deskripsi ada link ke form. Monggo silakan boleh diisi dulu ya. Okay, back to the video. Maybe like starting out, what can you expect? And like the progresses, like
most barbershops who practice like let's say when you start learning or you start cutting, you'll be definitely charging apprentice level price. So it goes by tier. So basically, like an apprentice haircut will be a certain price, and then junior barber, senior barber, and director.
Okay.
So yeah, across the country, probably somewhat like that. So of course, as an apprentice, your price point will be lower.
That's okay.
Yeah, there's no fixed market price, but definitely within the $20 mark.
Okay.
So
So roughly a month.
it's
yeah,
very
what's
hard
the-
to
what's
say
the range?
exactly
Mm,
because it really depends on the price point that you're charging and
Okay.
how many clients you get in a day or in a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
on average, you're starting out, you can hit two or
Okay.
maybe
2K a
slightly
month.
lower than two. So
Okay.
it also depends how fast you can progress.
Mm,
So I would say for someone to learn how to cut hair with zero background, based on my experience that I've guided a person or like a barber, is about 4 months
Okay.
to really be confident to cut on their own and like start charging their apprentice price. So from zero background to apprentice haircut, I would say about 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Everybody learns differently.
Okay.
Then after that, it's more about how fast they can progress and then see whether they can start going to junior or senior barber.
Okay. Okay. So let's say 5 years into barbering.
Right.
How much can someone expect? Okay, wait, let me translate first. Jadi untuk barber pemula itu atau istilahnya apprentice itu price range-nya biasanya sekitar 20 dolar per sesi per potong rambutnya. Nah, tapi setelah makin lama dan makin berprogres itu harganya bisa naik terus, ada progressionnya. Nah, jadi untuk seorang apprentice kisaran 2.000 dolar lah sebulan ekspektasi untuk gajinya. Itu kalau dirupiahin sekitar 20 jutaan rupiah per bulan sebagai apprentice barber ya. Tapi makin lama pasti itu akan makin naik. Okay, so let's say 5 years into barbering. How much?
Okay, so even in barbering itself, there's no generic one. So because the different barber shops charge different prices.
Okay.
Depending on the location, whether they are neighborhoods, areas, or like in the town areas. So what changes is of course like the rental expenses. So the
Okay.
price point will also be different. So
Okay.
if you are in I would say in the town area, based on my own experience, the price point is about $50 to $70 per haircut.
Oke, jadi
So,
per haircut itu 50 sampai 70 dolar. Kalau misalnya pengalamannya udah sekitar 5 tahun ya. Amir aja sekarang gue tadi potong rambut harganya 45 dolar. After how many years? 7 years. Setelah 7 tahun. Jadi ya bisa dibayangin lah ya teman-teman progresnya seperti apa. Tapi yang penting itu harus yang gue mau garis bawahi adalah ya jadi seorang barber itu sebuah journey ya, sebuah progress. Jadi ada progressionnya dibanding kalau misalnya ya contoh lah misalnya jadi supir taksi atau apa, itu kan kerja kasar yang progresnya datar. Jadi mungkin di Singapura itu masih bisa dapat gaji yang lumayan oke sebagai supir taksi, masih lumayan gede, bisa hidup, tapi kan nggak ada progressionnya gitu loh, nggak ada journey-nya gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian tertarik untuk jadi barber, menarik progressionnya, menarik, ada journey-nya dari seorang pemula sampai ke seorang yang senior, sampai ke what's the most expert level,
probably
master barber. Ya, jadi gitu ya guys ya, menarik ya. Oke.
So average, I would say about maybe 4 to 6.
4 to 6 ya man. Oke, jadi kalau udah misalnya 5 sampai 7 tahun, gajinya bisa sampai kisaran 4 sampai 6.000 dolar per bulan, dan itu sebanding dengan banyak gaji di pekerja kantoran. Jadi oke lah ya guys, menarik. Oke, nice, interesting. So what's the difference between let's say an apprentice barber or like a $15 haircut versus like a $45 haircut? Like what are the significant differences for someone who totally has no idea? Like some people like they just want to get a haircut like $15. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the cheaper one, So maybe you can ask
So I mean, of course, it depends on various individual, but I would say, first thing I would say consistency on the
Okay.
haircut. So
Okay.
we spend more time, especially focusing on the details of the haircut, personalization of like what you want, what look you're trying to get, and then we can advise on like how you're gonna maintain the look that you're trying to go for, and whether this hairstyle suits you, suits your lifestyle, your face shape, your hair texture. So we really we really dive deep into your hair and also like give you advice on like how to maintain the hair. So as compared to like say like a cheap, maybe $10 to $12 haircut, it's more of like because obviously at that price point, if I'm a barber, I'm charging at that price point. My goal is to
Cut as many,
cut as many hair as I can and
do it as quickly as
fast
possible.
as I can.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really care too much about like how to tell you how to style your hair or like what hairstyle. You say what you want, I'll just do it. That's it, you know. Yeah. So with a higher price point, it's more about like, of course, the service element to it.
Oke.
Yeah.
Oke, jadi gitu ya guys. Bedanya antara potong rambut $15 dan yang $45. Ya udah jelas sih, udah pasti yang $45 itu akan jauh lebih detail. Orangnya akan jauh lebih pengalaman. Jadi dia akan ngerti lu pengennya kayak apa dan itu bisa diwujudkan gitu. Nah, kalau bedanya dengan yang lebih murah kan ada kalau misalnya kalian yang umum ada yang misalnya pengennya yang murah aja kan. Nah, bedanya apa? Yang murah ya udah pasti karena harganya murah, dia tujuannya pasti pengen cepat-cepat selesai mungkin ya. Terus pengen mungkin dapat banyak mungkin dalam durasi waktu yang sama mungkin ya. Nah, gitu ya.
Also we go by like appointment system as well. So it's
Appointment
quite
based.
it's quite I would say more convenient because you plan your schedule. You know the time slot. You don't really have like a waiting time. Maybe a few minutes here and there. But if you go usually like the lower end, is purely walk-in. So you don't know what time you can get your haircut. And then,
Oh yeah.
so you disrupts your schedule.
Okay. Nice. Do you want to take a guess? How much is the average salary of a barber or hairstylist in Indonesia? Let's say not apprentice lah. Okay, let's say like 5 years kind of experience.
5 years kind of experience.
Yeah.
What's the haircut price? Wait, from what I know, I can't say, but like, I don't know, for example, Bali, you
Yeah.
can go up to $25 per haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
But not.
obviously,
I think the average salon I think is still within like the $10 range lah.
I see.
Yeah, like a decent decent size salon.
So, thousand.
$1,000 Sing.
Yeah.
It's 3 to 500 Sing.
Oh, with okay.
3 to 500 Sing dollars as a maybe 5-year experience kind of barber.
Right.
So that's in rupiah it's about 3.5 to 5 million rupiah lah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough life as a barber there. So most barbers there I think they also rely heavily on tips lah.
Right.
Yeah, tips and clientele, and if they wanna advance, increase their income, normally they venture out themselves.
I see.
Yeah, so they don't work in a barber anymore. Start something of their own.
Right.
From there they can scale up. Yeah, but differences in economy lah. Perbedaan antara ekonomi ya di Singapura ya gajinya mungkin segini, tapi di Indo mungkin ya orang jadi barber itu agak lebih susah ya. Nah, tapi ya pros dan cons masing-masing. Ini buat perspektif baru buat kalian, buat insight buat kalian juga, biar tahu di Singapura itu kayak apa jadi barber di Singapura. So first hand from a barber himself, 7 years of experience, my old friend, primary school friend, done business together, finally meeting each other after 8 years. Thank you for your time, thank you for your insight. We really appreciate it. All the best for your barber journey in the future.
All the best to your journey as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Jangan lupa komen, like, subscribe, share videonya, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay.